Yo, welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Today, man, we're going to talk a little bit about Colorado Buffaloes. They took another defeat yesterday. Once you come across the video, make sure you share it out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you got your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. And if this is your first time coming across the channel and the platform, please hit the subscribe button. On this channel, we cover sports, hot topics, roundtable talk, and the marriage chronicles. I see everybody in the comments section. Hashtag salute. And you know what my mantra is? Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. Well, today, man, we got to talk about it, man. Colorado Buffaloes suffered another setback yesterday in their loss to UCLA, 28-16. I mean, coming into that game, they was coming off their bye week, a lot of preparation. After the debacle they had against Stanford, losing that game in double overtime. We saw Travis Hunter coming back, from his lacerated spleen or his liver. He got outplayed, defensively by Elok Ademayor. He posted over 200 yards receiving on him and had 3 touchdowns. And the game-winning touchdown in double overtime that sent, Stanford roaring back from a 29-point deficit at halftime to win that game. And that dropped Colorado to 4-3. Easily could have been 5-2. And, Shedeur Sanders is the most sacked, most pressured, and the most hit quarterback in college football. He has endured a lot. I like his maturity, in his press conferences, not, stating the obvious, not trying to throw his offensive lineman under the bus. He takes everything in stride, takes it with a grain of salt. And, Dion, the coach, primetime, in his press conferences, they're doing well. I mean, he's given, the opposing teams their credit for what they're doing, but, evidently he's frustrated. He said, as a coaching staff, we got to be better. We got to be better. After yesterday's game, I don't know if you guys heard in the press conference that Deion Sanders had at halftime, Shedeur Sanders had to take a shot just to, take away some of that pain. But like Deion said, when that shot wears off, he's going to feel it. He was getting hit so many times. I mean, he was pressured, 22 times, was hit 17 times. He was sacked 6 times, all in one span in one game yesterday by the UCLA Bruins. I mean, UCLA's front four on defense, man, they got beef up there. And if you guys noticed what transpired in that game and what I thought was key, because Colorado started off, they was up, 9-0. They was getting in the red zone. They just couldn't score. They was settling for field goals. Mata was huge, in the special teams. They call him Money Mata, and, he gets it done. And, I think Colorado was controlling that game defensively. You saw the 2 tremendous picks by Travis Hunter. He's an exceptional talent. You know what I'm saying? Defensively, he can flat out get it done. He can lock down your best, wide receiver. Like I said, that last game against Stanford, he was coming off of an injury. I don't think his win was there, and he was getting torched because he was playing both sides of the ball 100%. But defensively, you got some studs out there, him and Shedeur Sanders. And, Shiloh he's the quarterback on the defensive end. He's the anchor. He's the dog. And basically what changed that game, if you notice, Shiloh caused a turnover. He caused a fumble on a big hit on the UCLA Bruins running back coming out of the backfield. He lit him up and they recovered the fumble. And I thought that Colorado at that time, they was controlling the game defensively. They was controlling it. And what changed was it was a 3rd down, I think 3rd down and 13. UCLA was backed up, and Shiloh had a big hit on the receiver, and they threw a flag, which kept that drive alive. But then when they reviewed it, they went to the review booth and they said it was targeting. I think that was a bad call. He led with his shoulder right up in the chest plate. And I just think it was a bad call at that time. And Shiloh got ejected from the game. And when he got ejected from the game, UCLA Bruins was able to open it up and capitalize on some scoring drives. But Colorado's offensive line, there was a lot of guys that got injured in that game that was taken out. And there was a lot of guys that was thrown in that probably didn't get the reps in practice to go over the schemes. And, that UCLA, like I said, that front four of UCLA, that defense on that front four, the defensive guys on the defensive side of the ball, they were just pinning their ears and coming right after Shedeur. And he took a lot of big hits. I mean, guys was staring him down after they knocked him down. Like they was like taunting him, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, Shedeur was not trying to blame nobody. He was not trying to throw a lot of people under the bus. A lot of fans are upset at Colorado's offensive coordinator, and they want to throw him under the bus and things like that. But there's a lot of people in the media that, they love this. They love the fact that, Colorado has, took a step back because, Deion has cultivated the crowd in football, in college football, and that's the talk. And, a lot of media outlets, man, they didn't like this talk. They found anything negative from a positive to just, slander Deion and the Colorado Buffaloes. But they wasn't even supposed to get this far. Like the setback, now they're 4-4, still 500 ball. Still got 3 games left, 4 games left. Just win 1 or 2 more games, get into a bowl, and you'll have a successful season. But like Shedeur Sanders said, he's missing. He know he's missing 6 or 7 pieces. You get your guys, get some offensive linemen to protect Shedeur, because if you give Shedeur time in that, pocket, he gonna pick you apart. But like Shedeur said, man, sometimes he got to make a better read. He got to, get the ball out quick. Go through his progressions a little quicker because you don't have that much time, man. And they just setting back, teeing off on Shedeur. And he's taking a pounding, but he's a tough young kid. He takes it in stride. He don't try to throw nobody under the bus. But I think Colorado will be all right. They're doing better than what a lot of people thought they would be doing at this particular time in the season. 4-4, still, they a great opponent. They are, they made a name in college football. You got to give respect to Deion and his coaching staff for what, he's displaying to these kids, and these kids going out there making it happen. But yesterday, the kids, they fought hard. They fought hard. You know what I'm saying? They just can't put a full game together where they're dominant on offense, defense, and special teams, man. But I just think, like Deion said, 2 or 3 pieces away defensively, but offense, that's where I think you got to shore up that offensive line. They got to get some beef on that offensive line. And like I said earlier in the year, when they was winning just on skill plays by Shedeur, Travis, and Jimmy Horn, and things like that. But they don't have no run game. They got to get the run game established, but you can't run the ball if you don't have the guys up front to block for you. But I think, Colorado is going to be all right. It's a major setback, but I think they still all right. So, like I said, hats off to Deion and his coaching staff and the players. But they just got to regroup, man. It's a lot of things that can unfold over the next 4 or 5 weeks. They're still playing exceptional ball. Don't discredit nothing they're doing, but at this particular time, man, they got to protect Shedeur. Shedeur can't keep taking all these hits, man. It's kind of crazy that I say that, man, but he's taking a beating, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, pressure 22 times, hit 17 times, sacked 6 times. Like, he's just beating. He's taking a beating. But like I said, I like how he's handling the press conference. I like how Deion's handling the press conference. So you guys let me know what y'all think, man, about the offensive line trying to protect Shedeur. And like I said, there was some injuries yesterday. The guys was bounced in and out of the lineup that probably didn't have the reps in practice. But other than that, man, it's still a successful season for Colorado. You're 4-4, man. You're 500 ball. Last year you was 111 overall. So guys, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Keep posting your comments. Keep liking the video. Keep sharing it out. And that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
Another one.